far.
Why don't we hit up one more?
Let's do one more talk.
Let's do Rogue One. I want to talk about Rogue One.
Hold on. Trevor wanted to talk about his talk.
I thought that was
Let's
My apologies.
Either we can do that or we can do Rogue One.
A bunch of cool stuff about Rogue One just came out, if you guys didn't see this. I'm not big into Star Wars stuff, so they'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Well, why don't we touch on the Mini-NES real fast? And then
I was just going to briefly do Rogue One and then finish with Mini-NES.
Okay, we'll see.
That's what I was...
Okay.
So it takes place in between Episode 3 and Episode 4, and the idea is it shows how they got the plans for the Death Star in Episode 4.
The Rebels.
So a very cool sounding presence.
But here's the thing. Okay, I have not seen the newest release, but I was...
You haven't seen Episode 7?
No, the newest trailer. Yeah.
The behind scenes trailer.
Yeah, it's like a background reel, so it has like a bunch of like sets and like characters and stuff. It's not actually a trailer.
Really good promotional art.
It's all
see, I got this cool background of the Death Star over like a beach planet. Super cool. Sorry for you guys who can't see.
I think they're showing the behind the scenes too, because one of the big selling points is like, especially with the Force Awakens, is that everything's like traditional visual effects.
Yeah, it's like real sets.
Yeah, it's not like digital.
Yeah, as opposed
to
definitely the prequel trilogy.
Right.
And it looks
they did that in Episode 7 as well.
Yeah,
they really tried to not have green screens everywhere.
Yeah, and it shows and it looks really good.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is, I was a little confused on the main female character.
Jen or
so.
Yeah. What is she? She doesn't really seem like she's just a rebel, and because the opening scene of the trailer, she walks out and there's a Rebel Alliance guy with the weird turtle shell helmet he has, and with the
lose the camera.
Yeah,
talking about?
And he's carrying her with like handcuffs. So I'm kind of curious what her role really is.
I think she was some sort of criminal before she joined the Rebel Alliance, and that she's still sort of a wild card. And
so they're definitely going for a little more of a dark.
Yeah, isn't this supposed to be a grittier, darker?
Yeah, I think they actually had to reshoot a little bit because they wanted to lighten it up because it was actually sort of out of tone with the other 7 movies.
I've heard it's almost like the apocalypse now in the Star Wars universe.
That makes me excited, man, because Force Awakens was good, but it was just too much of the same thing we've seen, and it was just like, it was definitely cool.
Yeah. It was Episode 4.
I think how we look at Episode 7 is really going to depend on how 8 and 9 end up. Because if they end up like using that solid grounding to go off and do more like exciting things in Star Wars, it'll be like, okay, like great that they got back to the roots and then use that
to go somewhere else.
But if they just do 5 and 6 again in 8 and 9, then it'll be like you just did the same trilogy again.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what I'm worried about, but I also think there was so much expectations for the first one. We needed to see something.
You just need to reestablish.
And hopefully they don't flood it. I mean, Rogue One sounds cool, but like I don't mind.
Well,
waiting.
I know there was also a Boba Fett spinoff that's like I don't know if it. I heard it got canceled, but I don't know where it is.
There's definitely a Han Solo one.
There is a Han Solo movie, and I think he just got cast today. Or they announced the casting today.
Yeah, and then it's got a couple really good directors on it who did like the Lego movie, I think, and some other stuff. So it should be pretty good.
But Matthew, have you been keeping up? I know you're a fan of Star Wars.
Yes.
So, with the animated series.
I haven't.
You haven't?
Actually.
Okay. I was kind of wondering if that kind of is going to lead into it, or...
I don't know. Like,
do you watch the animated series, Ben?
No, I haven't watched it since, like, the Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, that was good, also. Yeah. But I tried watching, like, the first episode, and it was just, like, not good. And I think it got better as, like, time went on, because there's a lot of, like, newer stuff in it now. But it just seems like I'm not willing to wade through the first part where it's so bad to get to the more interesting parts. But it's got, like, Darth Maul now, and... a lot of characters from like the movies and from Clone Wars and from like books and stuff being brought in, so that's really cool.
I had heard that the TV show is like really, really good. Like I've heard nothing but good things about it, but the couple of times I've tried to watch it, I just can't get past like the visual style looks so childish, almost like not just cartoony, but like childish cartoony, and I just don't like it.
Maybe I should try like watching the second season if it's that good, because the first episode was just like really just not that good.
Yeah.
But maybe it gets better.
Well,
that was interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'll definitely watch it.
Rogue One DLC coming to Battlefront.
Really?
Yeah.
Battlefront was such a disappointment.
Really? That's a topic for another time because I don't agree with that.
Okay.
And I want to talk. I want to let Trevor get to his topic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything huge to talk about. I just
Trevor.
Nintendo announced the Mini-NES. They're talking about it's going to be $60. Oh, what's the chat
This
saying?
poopy chicken guy's really mean.
I have a pretty good guess who Poopy Chicken is.
Well, that's really uncalled for in me.
So-
Poopy chicken. I don't appreciate.
Poopy
people
chicken
Paul.
is a meanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
You hear that,
A
Poopy
big
Chicken?
face.
You're a meanie.
He said Paul, the guy in the jersey, looks fat, and we don't say that out loud. So
To be fair, though, I have not seen Apocalypse Now.
I haven't
so,
either. So
It's
You really
It's a
haven't?
crazy war movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what's his
Does it have
face?
a
Martin? Is it
helicopter?
Martin Sheen? It's like one of the Sheens, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it has that like really well-known helicopter scene with like it's like the fan blades going, and then it's a helicopter. It's like having a
Indiana Jones
flashback.
punches a guy. And
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
But anyways, no. So Nintendo announced Mini-NES. It's essentially just like the original NES, except it's $60 now. It's packed with like 30 games, I think, and it's got a HDMI out, so you can play it on like a newer TV. So I was just kind of curious. I've played a lot of old classic games through emulation, and I just, you can do that for free, if you have the computer that can do it. So I didn't know if you guys were interested at all in the Mini-NES. If you think, I think it's kind of a bad move for Nintendo after this whole Pokemon Go blow up. I don't know. I was kind of shocked to see that
It's a
they're
great
releasing.
idea for them.
Really?
It's Nintendo and their gimmicks, dude. College kids that don't have, an expendable budget aren't going to buy it. People that game and collect things and stuff like that, they're definitely doing it. And I was reading, too, it would be easier for speedrunners.
But I mean, even think about a dad, who like actually may have grown up playing those games. He might get that for his kid.
Yeah, and it'd be easier to, kind of like show them what's up. And they're selling like controllers too, like that, so you can play multiple controllers. And the comment is distracting me. That's exactly what he wanted me. That's exactly what he wanted to have happen.
I was going to say something too.
There's a story behind that, but. It's cool, and it's like not for people like us, but for people like a lot of people said that they're interested in it because it's just like kind of gives you everything,
Yeah.
And $60, you spend $60 and you get one game nowadays, let alone 60 or let alone 30 and a controller, and they definitely didn't. They're not gimmicky games. Like they put in like the real deal, like good ones. There's a Final Fantasy on there. There's like 3 Marios.
Oh yeah,
there's Kirby. I mean, they got everything.
They got
Tecmo Bowls on there.
The
You
classics.
said, yeah.
I know you hate it, but I got so
no,
excited
I don't
when
hate
saw
Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl's just broken because Bo Jackson is just so much better than everyone.
So I just love.
Oh
Tecmo
yeah,
Bowl.
no, those sports games are great, dude. The NES had some real NES, just the ice hockey. That was a good one. It's a great hockey game. Not a lot of good arcadey hockey games outside of Hits, and that's a series that should come back. Blitz, Hits, Slugfest, all those.
Oh, dude.
You guys ever played Shell?
Oh my god,
played Chell, bro.
Sorry.
Chelly.
Dude, we should totally we should do some classic arcade games on stream like
I'm
that.
down. That's my jam.
That'd be awesome. Drink some
I have a
beer.
world record.
A world record.
Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is Super Nintendo.
Make sure to show
Poopy
your
chicken.
IDs to anybody who's watching before.
What?
Before we
on
drink
stream.
beer. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you like show. Okay, all right. We'll definitely do that.
Just to be safe, just to be safe.
What if a cop is
Because
watching?
Yeah.
everyone wants to see our addresses and full names.
Yeah.
Maybe show
Yeah.
your social security
License
card
numbers.
as
Well, no, we'll hold the
Just
ID up, but it'll be completely blurred out. So.
Just trust that it's 21.
Oh man.
Turtles in Time is a great game, though.
See, growing up, I had a Sega, so my game like that was Battletoads. I had Battletoads.
Dude, Battletoads. I played Battletoads,
Battletoads.
but Battletoads is brutal. It's like considerably hard. They had it on the rare replay for Xbox One, and like
Did you
I
guys,
get that.
did you
Yeah.
guys see that like 4chan thread where they kept calling the same store and asking for Battletoads?
Yeah.
It was the
I did see that. Was it like
the
a
Pawn
GameStop?
Stars store, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember James Wells showed me the prank calls of Pawn Stars. Good times. Well, Is that it? We gonna anybody any other comments? Anything we want to talk about?
I was just interested to see how you guys felt about it. I thought it was kind of a weird move for Nintendo, and
I think it'll. I mean, they're gonna release it right in time for the holidays, so it's a perfect little gift for
I guess
someone.
I just don't see the value in it because I feel like it's more geared towards someone who doesn't have the technical know-how or doesn't want to go and pick up like an old NES. You know what I mean? Because like you can play any of that right now, if you download an emulator for free, and that's.
I don't even think you need to do an emulator. You can play most of those games probably in browsers at this point.
Yeah,
I've played some in browsers, but that's
the only reason I don't really see.
Nintendo's. I mean, it's gonna look really good. It's gonna probably work really well. It's gonna, it's small too. Like that's the other thing. For some people that'll be great. Plus HDMI, so it'll look good. And it won't be laggy for, because there are probably some people that are playing
honestly,
NES components.
More than that, I'd rather have a remake GameCube with an HDMI.
Yeah, dude, definitely. That'd be great.
Yeah, Nintendo,
but I would have rather done the Super Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo is way
To be honest, though,
that's probably next, honestly.
I bet you can make something pretty small that can run all three.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say
definitely a computer.
Yeah.
Perhaps
That's the idea, yeah.
Maybe you could go online as well and go to websites where other people post things.
Yeah, like 4chan. Ask for
you gotta stay off that.
Different
Why do you go to
websites.
4chan?
I do not go to 4chan.
You brought it up.
I've seen the images of it on sites that are not 4chan. Why would I go? I don't think 4chan is a good place.
Yeah, 4chan is not a good place.
It's a scary place to be.
Alright, so we're coming up on 54 minutes.
54 minutes. Well, I think that might wrap it up for this week's episode. I think we're going to go off air for a little bit. And
we
then
have an ending of the podcast ritual.
Yeah, I'm going to give another rigmarole here in a second. But first off, thank you for joining us, Matthew.
Of course.
You are always welcome. Before you go off to
you were a real pleasure.
You're replacing Caleb.
You're hired. Caleb's out here.
Great. Yeah, just let me know when you do this again.
Throw all stuff out the window. Move in. You're gonna be good to go.
Maybe we could just put his clothes all over the house. Maybe put ham in one of his shirt pockets.
Put his shoes in Jello. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm so sorry. I missed that.
Oh, dude, it works. He wasn't as phased as I thought, but
he
it was
Jello
hilarious.
in my car. He's very phased.
I did not see that.
Actually, that's true. Usually when Caleb goes out of town, we try to prank him, but we kind of dropped the ball this weekend.
Just lock all the doors.
Yeah, but
change the lock.
Just move out.
We have a fathead.
That's true. We do have a fat head.
You guys can do better than that.
Wait, before we end the stream, real quick, Ben, why was the fat head in your room the other morning? I saw it chilling.
Oh, it's because I'm lazy. Because my friend was over and he got fat-headed. It's kind of like, welcome, and I just never got it.
I woke up.
My friend Chris Matthew, who I love dearly.
It's cool. Dennis likes me.
Where did Paul just go?
I don't know. He had to go. Probably using the bathroom. Number one, probably.
Number one.
Yeah, I think he's getting the fat head.
Paul, we're trying to finish the show right now.
For those of you on the audio only, we have a giant picture of Paul's face held up to the camera.
Excessively large picture of Paul's face.
Like the size of a man's chest. Or a large woman's chest.
It's perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah. I think that's all we got, really. So, Paul, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah. Sundays, 6:30, 6:30, depending on how we're doing, what's going on. Right here, twitch.tv/chat_pack. Everything else, we're going to upload it starting this week, day by day. We'll have each topic come out Monday through... How many topics do we have? We have 5 topics?
4 or 5, yeah.
Boom. We're going to do a topic each day. We might release 2 on Thursday, and Fridays we might keep our video game thing, because hang with us tonight. Ben is going to be setting up a Civ.
Well, I'm not sure, actually, because I have Civ only on that computer there, and I don't think we have streaming stuff set up on that computer.
You can install your...
We can set it up.
We can? Okay.
Yeah. But that's the plan for tonight. If not, we'll probably end up streaming some form of video game tonight, just to keep it going. But tune in for daily streams following that. We're going to get on it, and... we're going to get going with doing it each day. One of us playing some games, showing something. I've been playing Age of Empires lately. I might not be very excited to watch, though.
We're on the RTS roll right now.
Yeah, but we're gonna start...
Somebody play StarCraft.
Yeah, we can do that. Ben can do that. Also, be tuned, especially
some
for our extensive collection of N64 games, which we are going to work on dedicating specific time. But Sunday, 6:30, right here, twitch.tv/chat_pack. Everything else, Twitter, YouTube, Chat Pack Live, all one word. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Caleb still sucks. Hopefully, says Matthew isn't going to come back.
Is that Caleb?
No, Paul, that was when you went up the stairs to get the fat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back,
Matt's
and I'm here. And we'll be here Sundays.
we always want Matthew to come on.
Yes.
Matthew is a great guy, and we loved him on the podcast.
Thanks, man.
And we're here
Thanks,
Sundays, 6:30, twitch.tv/chat_pack, YouTube, Chat Pack Live, Twitter, Chat Pack Live. Peace!
See you.